Audio, and he'll pull them from the audience for you, or send them back down. Either one.
Yeah, if they raise their hands
Yeah, I
and then
got
they
you.
pop out, it's fine.
Hey,
All right.
yeah, somebody told me to ask you, have you took that chain off since you got it, that OVO chain?
Yeah. No, nah, I have. It's locked in a safe
Hey,
inside another safe. I'll tell you that. It's
hey,
locked in.
before we start, how
It's,
many people y'all want up at once? The way everybody gonna be talking up
Not
and
too
only
much.
time.
Yeah, not too many people at once. I'm sure of that because I would like to hear people's insight and their conversation. Last time was pretty cool. Shout out to everybody in the chat. But I'm gonna take it like 2 or 3 minimum at a time. So we can like at least get through people. I don't want to have a long winded, I want everybody to be able to speak to act and do what they need to do.
All right, so I just say three. Three people at
Yeah,
once.
yeah. And then we'll rotate it out. Rotate it out.
they could raise their hands and stuff, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
that's where we see them requests right there. So we'll see who we'll bring up. The first three, and then they'll be up here. Then the next three will come up. We'll send those three down.
All good.
Okay, there. Really was lagging for a second.
What's the deal? Who's in here? Come on. I see. Somebody said my chain is bigger than Ben's. Nah. I think we all got the same size chain, bro. Like,
Yeah, everybody got the same size.
yeah.
Hey,
Hey,
y'all could talk
Flex.
now. Y'all three could talk now.
Hold on, Fax is up here. I don't know if he wants to speak to Act or not.
Nah. I'm gonna let everybody else go. Go
Okay.
ahead, D7.
And shout out to
Yo,
Pat Center.
Yo, what up?
So I go by D7. I got a question here. So, does this seem like something that should be concerning given the fact that he went a whole year into this album rollout and spent almost 8 figures? And he's like the greatest artist of all time, right? But he's only putting out close to 500K first week. Is that concerning?
No. No. Actually, I think it's, with all things considered, we should actually look at the numbers. The numbers are really bigger than what they suggest. Like, I think if you go off his last couple albums, you might be like, well, CLB did more than this. Well, keep in mind, we got to readjust that YouTube, which is pretty much the third biggest streaming platform for non-filtered, verified streams on demand. They're not being counted again. So that's affecting his numbers as well, right? He's still about to do 500 without it. But you have to put that in perspective. Also, when he dropped his last project, let's say For All the Dogs, I'll pull it up here now. For All the Dogs. And what people are forgetting, all right, so For All the Dogs, 23 tracks. Iceman, I believe, is 18 tracks. So it's showing that, some people felt like he was going for the method of, he's trying to spam this. Because, they always say this thing about like Kendrick. Like, oh, well, Kendrick did this with less tracks. And, Drake is going to drop the album he wants to drop, right? He's not going to drop the album that people feel he should drop. So whatever length in terms of how long the album has to be is going to be what it is. But I think people thought that if he was chasing numbers, his last album did 404 and it sold, it had 23 tracks on it, he would probably try to go for more tracks on that particular project. Now, of course, he dropped more tracks overall, but he actually really condensed that particular project because he had 2 more other projects, right? So again, what we're watching with Drake is that this is a kind of a huge increase in numbers. It's just that it's not manifesting that because it's less amount of tracks and we got YouTube out of the mix. So I'm not concerned at all. I think 500 is a solid number. If we were supposed to basically take that number and put it like in any time beyond the last year where this YouTube thing has happened, it would be 6 something. And I think that would be Drake kind of maintaining the same type of level he's been at.
I get that, but like from a business standpoint, there's over 8 figures put into this in a year of rolling out this album, but you have people like Kendrick Lamar dropping surprise albums making close to that amount first
Well,
week sales. with no rollout, no promo, so from a business standpoint, is that concerning?
Well, when all is said and done, remember this rollout is for all 3 albums, right? So he rolled out all 3 albums in one, not just one. Also, I'm not too sure if we're being accurate if we're saying his sales is close to Kendrick Lamar. If we add up, if we're putting all the budgets together, we've got to put everything together. He's gonna do about like 800,000 records sold first week combined, compared to a guy who literally did, was it 350? 325. Actually, he was pushing more like 275 before. I think Drake foolishly engaged with, well, not engaged with him. I think Drake dropped the lawsuit during the first week, which made it, I think gave a huge buzz to Kendrick. But regardless, who cares about that? I definitely believe that it's still no comparison if he's doing, cumulatively about double what the second guy's doing, right? Even if we just want to compare Iceman to GNX. So we're talking about someone who, again, probably the biggest moment in his career. I get it, no rollout, no this, but he just came off one of the most successful hip hop songs of all time. We all were, again, without a rollout, if he dropped anything, we were going to check it out. That did 350. Drake, yes, there's way more anticipation. Yes, there's a rollout, but he's doing 500. So I still see that as a win, not a cause to be concerned. And I guess I would follow up if you still felt there was a cause to be concerned. Well, what do you think Kendrick's next project's going to do? I'll make a bet. I don't think it touches over 300.
Laura, you want to speak? Go ahead. Laura. Hey,
Yo,
Ziggy.
what's good? What's good?
Okay, good.
Yo, Ax, man, I just want to give you big ups on the whole, like, being involved with the rollout and, keeping your mouth shut. I know that was hard as hell to do. But one thing I wanted to speak on was that the whole Lucian Golden Goose thing, how probable is it that he could have just kind of sunk the whole UMG kind of bidding war situation?
Okay, explain that again, and I'll answer it. I kind of get what you're asking, but I want to just be very clear. Just ask that question.
He had a couple lines in the album where he was referring to doing just that, like, it wasn't about the rap battle or none of that. It was literally about him being able to profit off of this moment right here.
Mm-hmm.
So I wanted to know, what do you think about the whole UMG thing, and how probable is it that he could have possibly cost them a couple billion?
I don't know about cost him a couple billion, but I do believe high level business is happening here. I don't believe there's any benefit musically for him to drop now, other than if it's a strategic drop. Keep in mind, most people, and even I think most people would have said before this rollout was pretty much imminent, that Drake wouldn't drop until he solved this issue with Universal. So if everyone was saying, nah, he's going to wait till he solves this, and he doesn't wait till he solves this, you have to then assume that he's using this drop to possibly affect that. So I do think it's affecting it in one way or the other. I know you want to say it means that he's cost them money. I think he's putting their business in a very interesting place, and he's putting their owners in on notice as well. Hey, I get it. I have a situation with you guys, but I know you guys have a different situation which you need me. So rather than wait for you guys, which, remember, one of his lawsuits got dismissed. He's appealing this and third. All right, it's probably most likely they're going to agree that the appeal should allow the lawsuit to go forward, but we don't know what's going to be. That's going to drag on for years. Should Drake not drop music for years? So remember, that was always going to benefit UMG. Hey, you can't drop music for years. You got to wait till this is done. I think he's figured out a moment where they wouldn't want him to drop now, right? Because if he didn't drop now necessarily, he would still be under contract, and whatever they have going on external to Drake, they get to negotiate with it. And even if there's a concern, to say, hey, well, aren't one of your biggest assets suing you? He could be like, well, we still got the guy in contract, and we're probably going to figure it out. So this asset it's not a free agent. At this moment, Drake's contractual obligations with Universal are complete. Now, he's talking that free agent talk. Is he necessarily a free agent? Is he going to walk? Is he going to explore? Or is it just leverage to kind of get what he wants and he'll probably return? That's why I think the timing of the album is very important. So, yeah, I do believe that he dropped this album on purpose to affect whatever business they had going on because it's leveraging his business.
It's DC.
Yo.
Yo, what's good with everybody? Y'all hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Man, first off, bro, like I already know you getting your props, but I gotta say, man, I was smiling profusely when I saw my boy get that shot off from Drake. You feel me? Man came through with the pictures, chain, all that. So, you know, that's really a blessing to see.
Let me ask you a question about it. Because someone said this to me and I didn't realize it. When we started that stream, right? I mean, I was hinting at somebody. We started the stream and then y'all seen me like on the stream. Some people said it didn't immediately click that we met until they seen Drake in the same room in a later scene. And I'm like, what? I'm like, wait, do you think I like filmed the ice?
They AI'd you, first of all. They was people saying this is an AI video.
Oh, so they thought it like either I filmed it here or it's just like something.
Yeah, or if it was fake.
Oh, okay. I didn't know.
From my perspective,
I was arguing for my life.
I thought they met each other. Like, look, when I seen them at the CN Tower, like, oh yeah, it's over with. They done already linked up, but like, it wasn't confirmation till he really dropped the pictures. It was like a little speculation. I like could be so, could be not.
Oh, it could be a
but
little finesse.
You feel me? But I seen the pictures. I'm like, Bombo Mira. He got the chain, all type of shit. I'm like, yeah, it's over with. This big OVO act now. You feel me?
Yeah.
Nah. But look. All I wanted to say was there was a Twitter Spaces.
Yeah.
I don't know if everybody remembered it. There was a Twitter Spaces, and What's the Dirt was in there. And we was really talking about how Drake should roll out the album. I don't really got no questions. All I want to say was, in my opinion, I feel like this was one of the best rollouts like he could have really attempted. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't know how everybody else feel about it, but I think it's money well spent, and I think that like it's a definite like good investment. Like bro man come on, like he already a billionaire. He got money to burn for a real promotion. So you know, just wanted y'all opinions on that. You.
No, absolutely. I guess I would follow up, and by the way, thanks for all the nice words about like I got that chain for all of us, man. But if we're talking about rollouts,
hey, I'm posting this shit.
No, of course, come on, man, bruv. Like it's all of us, So if we're talking about rollouts, this is where I would and maybe even future people getting on the stage, they could kind of like chime in. Could we like rank some of the most elaborate and best rollouts we've seen? I think Kanye would probably be in the mix. There, but I do gotta say the guy took over an entire city, bro. Did you see the guy recorded a music video in the mayor's office? The mayor, like he wrote the mayor a note and left, and the mayor. It's not even like his cap. It's not even like his cap. Like the mayor is acknowledging this. Like I'll give y'all a little tidbit. And I know they're gonna clip it, but it's fine. I've never seen an artist, and this is gonna sound mad glazing. But bruv, this is only my experience, and I guess like if I don't say this, y'all, well, I don't know how y'all could even prove it, bro. I was riding around with this guy, and so all right, we go do what we do. Pause. That sounds gay, right? So we do the shoot, and he's like, yo, Ak, I'm gonna go set you up at dinner, and then I'm gonna have to dip out at some point because I gotta shoot 2 more music videos, right? So he's like, I'm gonna just catch a quick bite with you, just chop it up with you, really hospitable. And then I got to go do more music videos because he's really a night owl. He doesn't sleep. And we're going down, and we have like these SUVs that he had sent to get us. But he's like, "Nah, come roll with me." And I hop up in this SUV. This is glazing now, like this crazy, like exquisite, like presidential limousine type of thing. And I promise you, this is how the nigga moves. Nigga, this is gonna sound mad glazing. There's no way to make it sound non-glazing. I'm driving with this man in the car, and first of all, it's just like a whole caravan. Like this nigga really moves like that, bruv. I felt like every time it was a red light, it turned green for the one car gang. I'm like, is there a nigga with a button in here? Like, I swear, it's gonna sound crazy. He got a control over Toronto. Like, nigga, I wouldn't be surprised if he controlled traffic. I wouldn't be surprised, nigga. We in the car. I'm like, Yo, you ever watch that one movie where they changing all the red lights to green lights? Nigga, that was what happened in real time, nigga. I was like looking up like, what the fuck? I'm telling you, it's gonna sound like glazing, bro. There's no other way to make it sound, bro. I'm telling you, I'm telling you.
Don't be them drunk nights, act.
No, I was not drunk. I'm telling you. I'm looking. I'm like, wait.
No, I'm saying for me.
No, this is wild. I'm telling you, there's something. He got a different level of power. I even said to him, like, why the fuck do you even come to the States? Bro, you're recording the mayor's office. If you want to put like 59 ice blocks downtown and flood the city, you can. He does whatever he wants. The guy does whatever he wants. It's like a politician, like, yo, dude told me, like, if customs come on the plane, just tell me here to meet with the boy. I'm like, what? Like, y'all got keywords? Like the boy? This is an access code. I'm telling you, I've never seen, and maybe I just haven't been around like other powerful rappers, but I would beg to dip. Well, I don't know. I don't want to say that. Maybe somebody who's hung out with Jay-Z in New York probably sees that, where Jay-Z
I was going to say, like, it might be compared to that, like Hove in New York.
I don't. Maybe. Yeah, maybe.
Hey,
You know what? That's the only person I compare Drake to. It's Hove.
Well, I'm just thinking about power. Yeah, Drake got power. Yo.
Why they said when Roddy Ricch said he was supposed to go to Toronto and he got stopped at customs, he was supposed to go there meet with Drake, but he didn't get in. Why that didn't work for him?
Well, why he don't got a song with Drake? I don't know. Maybe Drake ain't giving. I don't know what's going on, bro.
Don't Drake got a song called Diplomatic Immunity?
I'll just tell you my opinion. Yo, listen. Maybe Drake is playing Border Patrol. I don't know. I'm just telling you what happened when I went. So I don't know about Roddy Ricch's situation, man. But yeah. Crazy shit.
Yeah. Hey, X, your turn, man. You can speak with X.
Yeah, yo, shout out Akademiks, shout out CNG, I know the vibe. And yeah, and this Lex, by the way. But yo, I'm seeing I want to ask you two things, right?
Yeah.
First thing I want to say is that this is the best rollout of the century. When you're talking about making something a public spectacle, engaging the whole audience attention, making the rollout come alive in the imagination of the audience. Drake is really a creative director, if we being for real, but this is amazing. Yeah, but when it come to the private equity situation, right? Mm-hmm. What is up with that, bro? Because I'm like, the whole video rollout, that's a whole proof of concept he got now. He could get the funding. I'm just like, is that a real thing? 2 billion, 5 billion? Like, what's the exact numbers?
I mean, a lot of that going to be privy to Drake. I will just say, I'm trying to say in a there is billions that talk, and this has never been done before, but there is billions in every conversation he's having. That, and I will say the conversations didn't start. So whatever you're hearing, I'm not here to confirm or deny. One thing I confirm: billions are being talking about, or at least $1 billion. And I will tell you this for the people who might just think this is wishful thinking or whatever. These conversations are matured and didn't just start with the album. The album probably 100% is a huge leverage point, but these conversations were happening before. I've heard people in the past say, yo, $1 billion just sounds too wild for a rapper to get or an artist to get to be able to recoup. I am here to tell you that those conversations are much realer than just speculation and wishful thinking. So again, whatever happens, if you want a true prediction from me, it's going to be $1 billion deal. Is it going to be a private equity, or is it going to be his label, current label, probably giving a payout to try to resolve some stuff and also re-signing him? That's where we probably have to pick his brain a little bit more. But I will definitely say the confirmation I have, it is billions that's being talked about.
Well, The Weeknd, I won't put it past, because I mean, The Weeknd, his joint was $1 billion. I could imagine Drake is like, man, I'm a 5x that. But the last thing I wanted to ask you, was with Future, right? I'm sure the politics around that is mysterious, but you don't think that's a little sus, bro, for real? But I like the song, it's amazing, but like, it don't think it look a little weird, bro.
I'm gonna be honest with you. As a fan of Future, everybody knows when I talk about people in verses, Future's up there for me. Like I feel he's the king of Atlanta. He's the Jay-Z or the Drake of Atlanta, whatever you want to say. 100%, I believe that Future is just such a phenomenal artist, and no one compares to him in Atlanta. But I got to be honest with you. I think Future is the head of the snake, and it's very hard for me to accept that Drake has forgiven one of the snakes, while some other little rattlesnake or the tail of the snake is. There's some people who maybe I'm kind of judging who did what egregiously, and I'm judging wrong because ultimately it is Drake's decision and how he feels. But I feel like some of those guys are getting this is unforgivable while Future's back in. I will tell you this, while I do not like it, the song and how fire it is does make up to keep me chill. But I would say I wouldn't trust Future as far as I could throw him if I was Drake. And I would not be in a room.
Act. That's how I feel about Travis. Like, if you could forgive Future, you can forgive Trav. Like, come on, gang. Like, this too much.
Well, is there like actual beef with? I always felt like it was a keep that nigga away from me type of thing with Travis. Like, keep that nigga away from me, right? Like, not full
He
beef.
gave him
Like,
the stargazing line. I don't know. He trying to beat a nigga
nah.
up.
Well, I think that line is more to some of the people that he really. I think Drake wants to talk tough to certain niggas. When he says, "Yo, catch you boys stargazing in the field," I don't think he's talking about like Travis has lost 5 consecutive fights. Like, we've seen him on camera. Like, bro, you can't talk crazy to him. You know what I mean? So I do think their relationship is strained. And a big part of that is him jumping up on stage like a little kid, like, play that song, play my favorite song. But we got to be honest, Future did 2 albums and recruited not 1, not 2, but multiple of your enemies to show up. He recruited Kendrick. He recruited A$AP Rocky. He recruited The Weeknd. The Ross was on it. He recruited everybody. He wanted everybody to come kick your back in. It was like, hey, got him right here. Come put your kicks in. So, again, while they're amazing combo, and I do think there is some benefit for Drake to collab with Future. Number one, he's still in his prime, hottest ever. He's the hottest he's ever been. Future, hitmaker. Future, clubs, synonymous, right? There's always been like, it's a very symbiotic relationship. Drake and Future just make great records that play in the club. So I see that, but it's hard for me to forget that Future was one of the snakes who planned this whole thing in the get-go. And I think Drake, again, I haven't ever spoke to him about necessarily his relationship with Future. And by the way, going back to what Elliot Wilson said back then, when Elliot Wilson had said that Future and Drake had spoke, that never happened. Like, he wasn't lying. He didn't speak to Future. He spoke to people that were on behalf of Future. And clearly we hear now that, Big Bank and Savage were trying to be middlemen, and clearly worked. But just to clarify, because I know Elliot was back in, like, he was saying, yo, y'all said I was lying. I wasn't. You just didn't have the accurate facts. It was the middleman, which shout to Savage, by the way, and also Big Bank. But yeah, I will tell y'all, listen, keep your eye on Future. That's what I'm going to say. I'm very wary of Future. Very.
Yes, sir.
Nah, for sure. Yo, Ack, I want to say some shit. I want to say a few things real quick though.
Go ahead.
All right. So first of all, I need to know who the fuck is Drake A&R, because I could see a few people on an album like Lil Shimmy. All right, that's cool, but I could even kind of see Stunner Sandy, but I feel like Stunner Sandy was low key a shot at Ice Spice, but we'll get into that. But Iconic Savvy, that's a young Chicago queen. Like, how the fuck he find her? Like, only niggas
That
that's
song not popping?
really
You don't like his song?
yeah, no, it's popping. It's
Yeah.
popping. It's lit. But
He's saying
Iconic,
Drake is tapped in.
Oh, okay,
yeah,
okay,
like
okay.
how the fuck he find her? Like Iconic Savvy, she an underground gem. You feel me? And if you really tapped into underground, do you know about her? So I want to know. Do you know how the fuck he found her?
I don't. I'll try
Okay.
to bring it up in a future conversation. I felt like he's kind of explained in terms of how, in terms of an A&R, if you want to call it that, how he's picked people on records before. He said, yo, sometimes he'll get tapes of like people that's making some dope shit. Sometimes he'll be just listening to some shit and then call it to his producer and be like, yo, get a hold of this person or whatever, whatever. But
Okay.
I don't know how he's doing it now, right? Because I'm gonna be
Okay.
honest with you, shit, he put me on Iconics of Savvy. Like I didn't know
Yeah,
about.
she hard.
Yeah,
She hard.
I didn't know about. I didn't know about them. I ain't gonna lie.
All right. So I got two more questions. So one more thing. I want to say this. Shout out to this dirty ass New York nigga named Fax because Fax called it. I don't know if y'all remember the battle
Yeah.
when Kendrick and Drake was going at it, and Fax had that little breakdown, and Fax said the only way Drake come back is if he holler at Ack and get them chat niggas, and he did that, and he fucking cooked. So shout out to that nigga Fax and shout out to Drake for that. But I also want to say this. I got a question from Classic. He a producer. He's a Jamaican producer. He worked with a lot of artists. Classic said, why on his song Little Birdie did Drake sound like Kodak? Do you know the backstory to that?
I don't. He absolutely.
Okay.
He absolutely.
I actually, no disrespect, yo, act
Mhm.
happy belated. You feel
Bro,
me?
Oh, thank you.
Oh, my fault.
Uh,
my fault act.
yeah. So the question on Lil Birdie, he definitely shit. Even he reminded me of Kodak. The whole thing reminded me of Kodak, and I don't know. Kodak on social media right now?
I don't even know.
Nah, not really.
Kodak Black. It's not showing his
He
page.
coming back off the drugs right now, so they keep it low key.
Yeah. Am I blocked or something? It said page not found. So, well, you guys can tell me if he's off or not. The reason why I ask is that I feel he's gonna speak on it, but also I don't know how he feels about it. Like, I think he's either gonna feel a way about it, or he's gonna be like, "Yo, this is fire," and I don't know, but like shout out to Rugrat, but I don't think Rugrat has that claim to be like, "Yo, he stole my shit." It's not similar
Yeah.
enough for me. But if Kodak
Yeah.
says, "Yo, that song is like Bodak Yellow, damn near," in terms of it's inspired by me, I don't know if Drake could be like, "Nah, what? I never thought about Kodak when I made that song." You know what I mean? Like,
Cause you remember my fault act. Cause you remember when Kodak said that him and Drake did a few songs, but he didn't want to drop them because he wanted Drake to drop them. So
yes, yes,
okay,
yes,
all right,
yes, and
all right, bet.
that's where I'm kind of like at with it. So I'm like, I'm waiting for Kodak to say something. Uh, it's clear that he was inspired by a Floridian vibe. The song already sounds like a Kodak joint. I can't see it not being somewhat inspired. Even if I don't think Kodak has no song that sounds exactly like it though, right? Because if
Nah,
Kodak,
he don't. He don't. It's just the Kodak flow. Like it's that should just sound. It just sounds just like Kodak. Like
yeah, no, I get that, I get that, I get
all right,
that.
all right. But shout out to you. You did your thing, act. You definitely put on for the chat niggas. And happy birthday again. You already know nobody fucking bigger than the chat.
Come on, man.
Nothing bigger than the chat. I mean, we were real proud when we saw you got that chain and all that shit for real, man.
I'm telling you, man, crazy is 24. I stayed there 24 hours. And when I got there, after I did, there was so many people that wanted me to like hit the clubs and shit, but I wanted to keep it a secret. Like that was my main thing. I wanted nobody to know I was in Toronto. So I was like, I'm not going out because people are gonna spot me and they're gonna be like, yo, if one picture gets leaked and I gotta like answer it before, like also I'm really respectful of like people and their plans and shit, right? So I'm like, bro, he's probably spent, I don't know, he probably spent like 30, 40, $50,000 getting me out there, right? Taking care of everything. And dog, like the most respect you could have, like I went out there on the 9th. The album dropped the 15th or 14th that night. Bro, don't let nobody know you're there. And I told my whole team, y'all could take out pictures, and they all had pictures with Drake too. He didn't tell us not to post nothing, but I'm like, I asked my entire team, I said, please, let's not do anything or post anything because I don't want to ruin his surprise. Clearly, this is supposed to be a surprise, and yeah, I'm glad it went down like that, and I thought it was beautiful. It worked with his rollout, so nice.
Yes, sir. Hey, big acapella. I know you've been waiting a while, man.
Yes, sir. Hey, it's Big Acapella. Shout out to our block. Big Academics, man. I want to say first of all, sir, work ethic second to none, man. Keep killing the game, man. You really are doing that.
Shit, thank you. I could go a
That's
little
one.
harder. I could go a little harder, but appreciate it too.
For sure, for sure. Um, so secondly, well, just because we mentioned it now, I mean that's a
Oh
hell of a
shit!
verse, man.
While we waiting, act my fault. I just want to say one more thing. This is a little off topic, but chat niggas, I just need to say this for the chat niggas. Fuck Myron, nobody bigger, and that's what we standing on, respectfully.
Hell yeah,
Yeah,
hell yeah.
I think
Hey,
his talking
go ahead.
points are definitely um it's definitely off with the majority. Like I'm not too sure why he sums up the majority of black people with some of the rhetoric he does. It's kind of you
That's
know
still your man.
Yeah, that's his man. You ain't got to speak
yo
on that. Act.
yeah
I just needed
I
to say
think
that
I
for the
think
I
he
heard
chat.
it in his voice.
I think he says a lot of stuff to like kind of piss people off and be a little bit provocative, but yeah, most of them talking points sometimes align a little bit too much with somebody that wouldn't be black. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, but it,
And that's
in
what
time,
I love about you, Ag. I'm glad you said that.
in time he'll learn. He'll learn.
Hey, quick question.
What's up?
This a little bit off topic, but who I gotta kill to get you to play games with the chat one day, man?
What games?
Any game, man. Whatever it is you playing, I'm certain we got a chat nigga that play it, man. Whatever
Oh,
you feel
are
like
you talking
getting
about video
smacked in,
games?
you say word.
Oh shit! I mean, we gotta do that.
And you know
I still play
I have
video
been
games all the
working on
time.
that little GTA server. I'm gonna talk back to Leaf and get that up and running for you, G.
By the way, GTA 6 is coming out soon, huh?
Yeah, I
Yes.
know that won't be an issue though. We're gonna be ready to roll over.
Yeah, no. I should be playing like because I play Fortnite all the time. Still, I should be doing it on chat. I mean, I don't think none of y'all can fuck with me in Fortnite. I'm like a pro, honestly. I'm not.
I
I
beg
want to
your
do a
pardon.
custom party with all of us. I know, Ag, I'm going to sweep you. I'm sorry, a chat queen. I'm
Hey,
a gamer
look though,
girl.
We gotta
whenever
do
you
like
get some
one
time
morning or
one day,
something.
man, just hop in on Discord and we can run it. If you let AJ or Wale or Leaf know, they'll let me know and I get everything set up. If you could give us like at least like 8 hours notice, I have it, you know, put together for you.
Nah, for sure. Nah, we definitely gotta do that. It's been a while.
Let's not
All right,
step
G.
on acapella because he was definitely going, guys.
Oh
I don't
yeah,
want
yeah,
to.
No
that's a
worries,
fact.
no worries. I'll let the OGs finish up. No problem. Hey, so
Yeah,
check it out, man.
go ahead.
I think you're gonna be with me, okay? I think you're gonna be with me here.
Lay it out. Go ahead.
Now, considering the legendary moment, the numbers that are right now and to come, the rollout, the powerful drop, the response to our adversity, the music quality and abundance, bro. This is Drake's best project. The the Iceman package with the two other albums. This is Drake's best project. Yes or
Mm.
no?
I told you that because I feel like this album is gonna last us for the end of the year, and really, definitely just a couple of months strong. On last album, I felt like I wasn't really that quick to rush to say that C word. I'm gonna deliberately wait, but everything is pointing towards it. I just don't want to stamp it yet because I'm watching it work through the culture. I know I'm enjoying it every day more and more. I think it's fire, but I want to watch it. It's so voluminous, right? It's such a big project, and I know you're only like we could just mention Iceman alone, but there's two other projects and the rollout. Like that's the whole thing, right? Like homie was shooting music videos and little things here and there for 4 months, right? Whether he was overseas, this and third. Like there's a lot to it, and I just want to give it the proper respect of letting it live a bit. But I'm gonna be honest with you. Before I get into the hard parts of ranking this project, I will say, like, I'm trying to see which project I could put it just above right now. Okay, maybe more life. I'll give it already. It clears more.
But it's like none of these projects. It's about the moment too.
Oh,
The
okay, all
moment that
right.
came with this project.
Okay, if we're
It's
talking
just
about moment, it's only competing with two, which is Scorpion and Views. Like this moment is just It's a one of one.
Nothing was the same. I feel like nothing was the
Take care,
same. Y'all be
goaded.
No, no.
forgetting. Y'all be forgetting about nothing was the
Yeah, but
same.
it wasn't like a moment like this. Like this moment, I feel like we're gonna talk about the moments that led up to this and the moment when it dropped. It feels like a shift is
Okay.
happening. Nothing was the
I
same.
see
An
what you're
amazing
saying.
album, but right now, it's like we're gonna just remember this time and remember how much things shifted from like 2 years ago. That's why I think it's a big
Absolutely.
moment.
Hey, speaking of that, I got a question.
You're going in and out, pause.
Can you hear me?
I'm glad you said pause on that. I ain't gonna lie.
No, he can't hear me.
um,
No, we can't hear you. Going in and out.
Uh,
he might be
I'm gonna try to
experiencing a
get somebody
storm
else up
too.
here. Let me see.
Yeah, everybody in the chat.
Hey, by the way, I'm telling you, Future wants that number one with Drake. I'm telling you. Future's posting Drake. Like, yo, Future's back buddy with Drake. He wants that number one. Yo, Future know the vibes. Like, all of these other waste man, they're not getting the number one. They're not getting him the number one. He wants that number one.
You
Numero
see the
uno.
end, but I don't trust him like you said, bro. It's something wrong
Yo,
about that, you know.
Future just posted an
Okay, I
hour
still
ago.
include it.
He posted an hour ago him with an Atlanta hat, that quintessential Atlanta Braves hat. He says jet to Toronto. It's a whole slide. It's showing him basically like he's showing a lot of love to Drake. Like he's almost kind of like, yo, we're back. Like that's twin. Like we're back being twins. Like he's like fakest shit ever, I think, right? Fakest shit ever. But
I agree.
Brothers fight sometimes.
yeah, but like you could tell like he wants just the number one to just be like, I'm the GOAT. Like, yo, Drake got the you know how much it's gonna mean to Future if Drake beats the record with his song, not a solo. Remember,
and
I'm gonna keep it a beat.
Atlanta. Oh,
Yo, Drake fans, y'all gotta make Janice be number one. You can't have
that's a fact.
you can't have Future walking around saying you only passed Michael with me. No, the snaking is gonna happen again. It's gonna happen. It's at an all-time high already. You can't have Future gassed up like, oh, you only passed Mike when you ran and the song is literally called Ran to Atlanta. We can't have that song be the one that passes it. Stream Janice.
I'm not listening to that. Yeah, we throwing Janice up, whisper my name, like what? Plot twist.
For
No
real, I'm
Atlanta.
telling you. Yo,
Yo, I heard like
I
mad
like that classic. That's
people
what I've been
saying
doing.
like, yo,
yo,
he got no singles on Iceman. Like he got no hits. I'm like, you telling me Janice is not a hit? Are you fucking kidding me? That's crazy.
One of y'all could go now, though.
yo,
You're
he has too many songs that is popping off right now. I told you. I said it to him. Yes, I said, yo, again, there's a hit for whatever type. If you like a club song, if you like some strip club shit, you're gonna go with this Future record. If you like super catchy, still popping shit, but it's organic, you're gonna go with this Janice record. If you like more of that tough talk, you're gonna go with Plot Twist. There's so many records that's popping off. I don't think we've had, and this is a legit conversation to have. I don't think we've had a Drake record, a Drake album in a while. Maybe Scorpion, where like instantly we're like, remember people love Mob Ties immediately, but Mob Ties didn't become the one people were focusing on till later down the line, right? Because remember, God's Plan is going up. Remember, you got Nonstop, you have Elevate, you have well, some of these aren't like singles, but they were taking a lot of people's focus. Drake dropped another album, and this album, I think we got like 5-6 records. They're all moving.
Like, and also, I'm gonna say when the girls want to shake their ass, they listen to True Bestie and Whole Face.
Yeah, no, that's a fact.
I've seen it.
Can y'all hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Can a chat queen say something? Hi, Ak. I'm so happy for you.
Hey,
happy belated birthday.
Hey, thank you so much.
Yes,
thank you.
I'm a chat queen. Okay, I just wanted to. I have a girly question. So Drake is your favorite artist. When you recorded your scene, were you nervous?
No, I'm gonna tell you
why.
You
said it took 6 takes. I'm like, I know Big Ak was in there putting on, but I'm like, what?
He said I was good, and I said to him, I said, bro, you not only flew out for this. I said, because it was really cold. Like it's all right. So his vision was this: yo, Ak, I want you to just go on and like kind of open up. You're at the beginning of the episode. That's as much as he told me. I told him to not tell me stuff until we got there. So when we get there, I meet him on the roof and whatever. We chop it up. It's a long time. We start talking about some other stuff, and then we're about to go film in a bit. And now he's like, I know you didn't want to hear about like whatever, but I have to tell you pertaining to the scene you're gonna shoot. Check this out. We built out the set because I was supposed to initially go there on the 6th. So on the 6th, I was supposed to. That's another reason I didn't go to Rolling Loud, because I was gonna go to Rolling Loud. Not only did Youngboy pull out, pause, but Drake moved back when I was supposed to come there till the 9th. And I was like, let's weigh this. Rolling Loud, go to Toronto and be an Iceman. That was an easy decision. So we get there, and all right, that happens. So he tells me the scene, and he built like that. The place I shot was this custom set within the CN Tower, and he's like, "Yo, I want you're kind of part of the intro before the music really starts playing. So you're gonna be like this DJ. If you don't know, the CN Tower is like the tallest broadcast center in the world. Actually, there's real radio equipment up there. Historically, back in the day, that was the place that they would broadcast from that the whole city could hear. So he's using that symbolism too. So he's like, Ak, you're going to be, it's just think about like we took over the game and we're interrupting everybody's broadcast. That's the episode. And you're introducing like, fuck what's going on. We are about to listen to Iceman. But he says, Ak, I want you to do it with your twist. And essentially it's like, yo, Ak, just go on a rant and just say whatever you want to say. Like one of the normal rants you go on, just do that. And that's where the coldness come in, because now I sit there like, yeah, we take 2 shots. Me and Dre, we take 2 shots. But it's like he wants, you know, when people,
wait, you took 2 shots with Dre?
Yeah, no, there's actually another clip where like his
Nice.
Yo, the guy's such a troll. There's another clip where he's like, you know what? We should do a take where my hand comes into the frame and we do a cheers, and we take a shot there with his hand there, and he's like, yo, we're gonna troll all the people who think basically like me and you are always working together on everything. So we're gonna troll them by we're gonna take a shot before I went on the rant. Right? So like the intro is like, imagine it was gonna be like, it was almost gonna play on this theory that people have. It's like, oh, Drake was behind everything Ak does anyway. You know what I mean? It was I wish he'd use that.
I love that.
So anyway.
Okay, one last thing. Hold on,
Yeah.
Ak. Okay, one last thing. Since you are OVO, please tell Drake, classic. We need that first minute 30. Like, I want that as a song. Like, we need
first
that.
minute 30 of what?
Drake of classic on.
Oh.
We need that.
Okay. Wait, how does it go?
Yes, I'm not gonna lie, but girls, we are loving that first minute and like 30.
Classic. Please, you need to tell him.
For real?
I was like, Drake, why would you do this to us? Like, I mean, just rewinding it, like, so classic on Habiti.
Really?
Okay, but I love you. Happy birthday. I'm
Ak.
so happy for you. We fuck with you, Ak. You did your big one. Yes.
Shout out to your chat queen.
No. Thank you guys so much. Well, I'm surprised that you girls are feeling. I haven't really got through all that stuff. You know what? I even told him. I said, bro, right now I'm focused on you dissing up all these guys. I like these songs because that's usually like Drake's my spirit animal in different ways. Like when it's talking tough and popping that shit and rich bars and yo, I'm eating ravioli wherever. That's my guy, right? But there's also like y'all know I be playing like a lot of like whether it's Virginia Bees, Tried Your Best, Jaded. Like I love the R&B shit too. I think he's one of my greatest R&B singers. But I haven't really dug through the R&B record that I need to dig through it. And I literally said it's gonna be for probably like September for me. So to hear you girls already jacket and be like, yo, classic is a joint.
I'm not gonna lie, it's not gonna be September. You're gonna be listening to that by June. The girls, because you're gonna be outside, the girls are gonna want to hear it.
Wait, hold on. Let me play a little bit of it. I don't remember.
I feel like a lot of the girls been listening to that Don't Worry though. That Don't Worry been going crazy.
Let's see.
That BBW.
Classic. Let me see.
Hey, I know you like the Canadian, but Don't Worry.
I know it has a sample on it. So this is hitting? It's hitting already. Off and running.
It's going crazy, Ak.
Really?
Hey.
I'm gonna tell you, they played that in
I heard
Starlets.
once.
Word.
I heard once.
Oh man, it's gonna be. That's what I'm telling you. It's gonna be a great couple of months. All right, so
Hey,
you see
he got
me.
some.
I don't know how y'all listen to music. I find one song. Y'all know because like, look, I've burned the hell out of FDO. Let's be honest, right? Like I burned the shit out of it. So
And Last.
yeah, you're right. Last, of course. So I am
Make
glad.
them pay. I had that shit on loop.
Yeah, I'm glad that some of these songs I haven't even got to yet because I'm gonna burn a hole in them. But I'd rather it be later. Like, give me a month. Give me a month. Like, you know, who just said something?
Do you like the pettiness of Drake on "Don't Worry"? Like you tell, I hope that boy don't make it on the phone bill or light bill. I hope that boy begging on the pavement. The pettiness.
Wait, let me go check this out. Who's
Yeah,
he
don't
dissing?
worry. That's why I think that boy Drake was petty. Love it. I love that hate shirt.
Yeah, and I'm with you, Ack. I
Nigga
love that
violated
hate.
with that Joe
That's why
Budden
I've
diss,
been
bro.
listening to Iceman. I've been listening to that. I've been talking shit on Twitter, talking shit to everybody that's been hating. So I've been on my Iceman shit. But there's a few ones that's creeping out, especially when you go outside.
No, that's great, and that's why having this album just kind of attacking everybody's social media and just the airwaves all like from all different levels because if you
Mm-hmm.
go on Instagram you're gonna have a few women who they're gonna post like these really sensual like really dope or ass shaking tracks and then you go to the wannabe thugs like they're over here acting like they're about to go step on something like they're a mob boss,
Mm-hmm.
you know. So again, I think it's good. I personally believe, and this is just coming from me talking to him. Um, I'm not saying I wouldn't say he's surprised, but I think he's pleased. I wouldn't say he's surprised, but I think he's pleased with, you know, how people are receiving it. And I think he probably knows that the rollout and a lot of things went into it, not just the music. Because niggas are haters. And I think he's defeated some of that.
Yo, Ak, I got a question for you, Ak.
Who's next?
We got
Real quick.
Oh,
Mizzo.
is that
Oh,
Kyrie?
Kyrie.
Hey, Kyrie.
What's good, y'all? Happy birthday, Ak,
Kyrie,
man.
what up,
You got the
brother?
best. You got the best birthday present you could ever get, my nigga. I ain't gonna lie to you, nigga. That was a W.
Man, I was having a time, bro. I ain't gonna lie to you. Like, I was having a, yo.
Nah, well deserved, nigga. But yo, I ain't gonna lie. I got one statement. One, I predicted the 3 album shit. I do have proof.
Did you?
But also, I think this nigga should do a 3 album drop from now on. And I think he should do the video format with the hour video of like the greatest hits from all 3 albums and just go keep dropping 3 album projects from now on. Fuck all the single album shit. Just keep, if you're gonna do it like this, just keep doing it because you one of the only niggas that can.
Yeah.
That's gonna burn niggas out though, Kyrie. I ain't gonna hold you because I
I
ain't
don't,
gonna lie.
I
I'm
don't
still
think
bumping Iceman.
the reason I don't think it will burn niggas out is because of the execution and the variety where it's like it gets to a point where like when a nigga offer up quality, because this is the best visuals we ever got from Drake, in my opinion. This is the best, like, most intentional rollout.
By the way, we got to
And it's
shout out
the
to Dream Crew. Dream Crew, Matt Babel. I think I'm saying his last name right. They did an amazing job. I could tell that, you know, Drake is a creative at heart, but, you know, to have people in place to start visualizing that, I think his current team, no disrespect to anyone who was his team before, I think they were super visionaries and they did a fucking bang out job of making sure all this shit came to light.
yeah, I think he just could continue this. I don't think you could burn out with quality music. And I'm not saying he need to drop every year like this, but like I think to maintain a certain level of respect where it's like only Drake could do this, and if he keep doing this, it's like really nothing nobody can say. You know what I'm saying?
I think he was
I
sitting
put it in the
back.
Chris Brown perspective too, though, gang. Because it's like when he dropped all them songs on that one album, ain't nobody really run through all them
That's the
shits
key
like that.
difference, though, Moderate, because it's not one album. I was talking about this yesterday. I feel like if he dropped all the music in one packaging of an album with the 1 through 10, 1 through 10, 1 through 10 type shit, it wouldn't hit the same.
I agree.
So, from a psychology point of view. You know what I'm saying? But
I
again,
agree.
I think if he could do this again and again, which I think he can, I think honestly it will be no more conversation about anything. We just have to accept that this, you know what I'm saying? It's the way you present being the best. Like we know you're the best, but it's when you present it with this level of care, It's like niggas have to respect.
Kyrie, to respond to you, I'd say this, right? Here is, and I agree with you, but then this is the retort, and also, kind of giving a little bit of background. I particularly think that he was sitting back to say, I need to do something that's never been done. Also, I got to be aware of what's going on with my legal contractual situation with the label. And I need to present this in a way where the world is not going to look at me and say, oh shit, this guy just lost his marbles. He's just spamming. I remember like, I think it was before Scorpion, or it might have been after Scorpion. Yeah, I think it was after Scorpion going to CLB, and I said to him, obviously a little bit unsolicited advice, but he's chopping it up with me really about music. And I say to him, I say, yo, Drake, the only thing you haven't done yet, and you have to do this because, that was even the time I'm even trying to tell him, roll out, and he didn't seem to give a fuck, right? But I said, you have to do what T.I. has done, you have to do what Eminem has done, and you have to do what 50 has done in some of their biggest rollouts. You're already a natural born actor. You should drop a movie, and you should so picture the movie like either a movie soundtrack with the music. That's the game. That's the only way to level up beyond what you've done already. And I felt like his direct thing was like, but that's been done. And I was just like, well, I know it's been done, but that's the way to get bigger, right? Pause. Like that's the way to increase what you're already doing. And for him to sit back and say, okay, forget the movie. I'm going to do basically a visual album. I'm going to do episodes, and then I'm going to do 3 albums. Yeah, this guy, he fucking hit a grand slam with this one. I can't lie. At least in my book.
For real.
Do you think there's any other artists you can name that you think could do 3 albums?
Oh, I mean, I'm not going to say it's exclusive to Drake. I think absolutely Kanye West. When you mentioned what an artist could do, I'm always going to say Kanye. Right? Like, I mean, theoretically, even though he was just a producer, when we go back to all those good music projects, which were all seven song mini albums or EPs, I mean, Kanye was kind of doing that, except he was doing it on a producer level just with the artists. So it'd be like, here's Tiana Taylor's, here is Pusha T's, here is this other person. And all of those, it was just multi-album drops, except he was the producer, not the lead artist. But in terms of that, it's a limited crowd. But also, here's the thing. As we talk about Chris Brown, with all due respect to Chris Brown, Chris Brown is an amazing artist. Don't want to take anything away from him. And obviously, if I'm giving him this much credit, I'm probably going to have a slightly scathing critique. Do we think that Chris Brown has the range of being that different or could separate his art to 3 albums? I think the reason why Chris Brown gives us 40 songs, I think he's playing lottery a little bit. No disrespect to him. What Drake did, even though he gave us 40 songs as well, he gave us 3 distinct genres, and in each of the genres, he gave us what you could actually consider an album. I don't know if Chris Brown could do that and separate his art to 3 different projects that make you feel it's 3 different things. And maybe I'm just wishful thinking, because maybe he does one that is all club music and it's like, dance backflip music, and then some of the other ones are sex music and it's let me take you down. So maybe I'm a little bit, naive on that when it comes to Chris Brown, but I do think Drake's in a unique position because he has distinct styles that, you see the girls come on here, they're like, oh, we like the R&B stuff. They're probably a little bit playing that a little bit more than I'm bumping Make Him Pay like it's going out of style right now. Like, yo, I love it.
Oh, God, that nigga's a monster.
On God.
One last thing to say. I think if artists were to emulate this format, I think the format lends itself to albums being more part of the forefront, in the sense of just because, not just genres. I can see a world where artists take this format and just do different concepts that are very concise and direct, and I could see it working and opening up the field to more creative output of projects and rollouts, where it gives artists more freedom to tell a story. Because I feel like one album is very hard of a system it doesn't really nurture or promote creativity for real when everybody's trying to, scratch off, I need a single here, I need this song, I need that song. But I think this format, again, it's hard
I have a
for
follow-up
people to
question though.
see from this angle because we're talking about Drake being the first to do it, but I do see this format being emulated and opening up creativity in the future.
So let me ask you this question. My question to that point would be, do you think so? I am predicting, and I think it's, obviously we haven't even passed the week yet, so we want to temper our expectations. But I think that this album is going to captivate and is going to keep people's interest for months to come. I'm assuming you would agree if you're saying other artists should copy it or at least be imitated I'm inspired by it. Here's the question. The question is are we going to be entertained by this album because it's Drake? Or no, are we going to be captivated by all three albums because it's Drake or because of the music? Because here's the thing. I don't think if some of these other guys drop 40 tracks, I'm probably sending it all to spam. I'm not sure if you got to have the patience for the artist.
So I understand.
You got to have that patience for the artist, bro.
Okay, so I feel what you're saying 100%. I do think, though, you said months, which I think is very important to note. One thing I don't know about anything on all these albums, I do think all of them are good, right? Very good, great albums. But I don't know if there's a 2-year smash, and I think that's my new gauge for if something's really like a hit that's going to transcend months. And I don't know if that's a byproduct of the music or just the time that we're in, how fast songs get played out. But I remember a time, I think the last time I could call back to an artist that had a 2-year smash would be Roddy Ricch, where the song I felt like I couldn't escape for at least 2 years.
Yes.
Multiple songs. And that could be a product of the system, you know what I'm saying, the labels and shit, because, niggas start spending money. So
at that point,
how long was Hotline Bling? Was Hotline Bling a long run?
Yeah, Hotline Bling was one of those. It's very rare when a song gets to be 2 years in rotation. It's beyond a pop song. So what happens? It burns out on urban, whether it's radio or mediums in general. So we stop listening to it. You stop hearing it played every time at the club, but then it's still playing because now, like the white kids that have no culture, or just like white people that listen to mainly like Taylor Swift, now they're cannibalizing it. That takes a while. Then you have the older people who be like, oh yeah, that one Drake song or that one whatever. So it kind of like for a song to last that long, it has to be super pop that every demographic gets to eat it up for a bit, pause, and then it moves on to another demographic. But 2 years is a long time, bro.
No, yeah, but the only reason I point that out is because Drake is known to do that multiple times over.
I think that's what makes him such a artist that can make various types of tracks. Like you were saying earlier when he was like, yo, I don't know if it's just me, but I don't know if other artists can do that. I think part of his genius is that he attacks the global market more than our national market, right? So it's like when the shit stops resonating in America, it's popping off in Africa with the African sounds. It's popping off in Latin America with the Latin sounds. Like he's very in tune with what are natural sounds in the other countries, right? So it starts to resonate throughout the months after the release, where people are just starting to catch on the other side of the world. And it's like, yo, it never stops, bro. Like, this nigga is a fucking genius. He's a titan, gang.
Yeah. No.
Yep.
And I believe this is where we're going to... So, there was a lot of people who were thinking going into this record, hey, Drake shouldn't drop until he gets one of those. What is one of those? A One Dance, God's Plan. And it's interesting because I think we're all kind of collectively saying like this release is actually going good for him. It looks good. But does one of these songs have to emerge as one of those? Or could all of these songs just kind of have like, okay, this one was going for like 2-3 months and then it gets replaced by another one? Do we need to have the mega smash? And remember, Drake has a couple of these, right? So One Dance is a mega smash. Hotline Bling is a mega smash. God's Plan, mega smash. Does one of these tracks, in you guys' opinion, and the reason why I'm leading with asking the question, because I don't really have a hard opinion on this, because I think we're in uncharted territory. Before, it used to say you're a big artist, we need the number one song before you put the album out. He's put the album out, and songs are going to go to number one, maybe stay for a while, but is it going to be a mega smash? Do you guys think he needs one?
I'll say that since the beef, I never thought one song would be big enough for the moment. So I never was expecting one song to do it. And like
That's true.
similar to you, I'm kind of like, I'm just curious because it is uncharted territory. How much does that matter after this album's done? And I feel like it only will matter if somebody else comes up with another hit in the next 6 months.
I
My
don't think it
personal
personally matter.
I'm
Yeah,
looking at the whole project.
my personal opinion. Yeah, my personal opinion. I don't believe he needs like a hit single or a hit smash, but I just believe like the amount of music that he puts out, they're all gonna do their own numbers individually and make their own amounts of mass amount of viewings. So he got multiple like songs that are actually gonna do high numbers, but he doesn't need a hit single per se.
Mm.
My take.
Okay, so
Yeah,
you
that's how
don't
I
think
feel.
he necessarily needs that one song that is on the charts from now to I don't know till November.
Yeah, I mean he got songs on there that'll probably last like longer, maybe.
Yeah, I
But
think
you know,
naturally, at least like three of those songs are gonna do that regardless, bro. Like I assume that. You know what I mean? I could be wrong. That's my opinion, but I do feel like just naturally with the amount of good music he just put out, that's gonna happen regardless.
I think he put out some stuff that like a platform like TikTok gonna decide. Like I think by the summertime there's gonna be some dances or something. Some that's gonna just take a single and it's gonna take off, or a couple of them will take off.
Hey, by the way,
Well, that's
that's a great that's a great opinion. I actually believe. All right, he's putting so much money into the rollout. I wonder, does he? Because you could also like, all right, he got some hot records, but keep in mind, even going way back to like Black Beatles, like that song was hot, but
And then
once
reworked.
yeah, but once they put the challenge with it, now it's this unmovable number one song. So again, some of these songs could get an uptick or become like this. Even I think it happened a little bit with Nokia. Like Nokia was obviously a hot record, but as soon as like TikTok kind of got a hold of it, and it then became like, oh, this is it's an undisputed smash, right? So I'm wondering how that's gonna go, and if he, again, we know Universal's not gonna really be involved that much, right? Or maybe they start actually doing a few things, but I'm wondering if he's gonna be knowledgeable, or his team, to be like, yo, let's fucking press this button on this dance, right? Remember that happened with Tootsie Slide, right foot up, left foot slide, right? If they could match like some super viral TikTok stuff to like one of these songs, I think he gets a song that lasts a long time.
I've been noticing
all
on
right.
YouTube a lot of remixes and shit though. I think niggas is trying to like remix this shit now, which could also be good.
Remixes for what songs have you seen?
I've seen a lot of remixes for that joint where he was going at ASAP.
Oh.
Yo, you know what? It might be that best friends song. Yeah, that song with the best friends and shit. Yo, if all the little TikTok girls start doing dancing to
They're
that,
gonna
that
do
might
it.
be number one.
Yeah. That bring your bestie
You
out?
know that.
Bring your
Come
bestie shit?
on. Yes,
Yeah,
sir. You know.
that song is gonna go
Hey,
regardless.
come on. You see the vision, my
Hey y'all, we gotta get everybody else up here too, sweet.
I
So we
gotta.
can start rotating them. So we can
All
rotate
right.
them. We've been
All right.
stuck
Go ahead.
up.
Ask my question, TJ.
I mean, isn't Iceman a response album to everything that he's felt been going on in the industry? I mean, I don't
Uh
know.
yeah, that's interesting. I wouldn't say necessarily a response album. Well, I think it's a timestamp album. And that might, let me try to explain it. I think this is his current feelings after witnessing what happened in the battle and the 2 years that happened. So you might say it's a response, but I don't think the response is like, oh, I'm responding to the battle that possibly that you could respond back to me. This is my perspective on everything that happened. Right? So that's why I'm saying I'm stopping short of
Right.
calling the response, because when you usually respond to something, you're usually open to someone responding back to you. I don't think this leaves room for like Kendrick to be like, all right, word, all right, let me do Not Like Us Part 2. Like that. This is not that. I think this is
Not
This
Not
is
like this part two is
right.
crazy.
Like you never know,
Not
man.
Kendrick, but definitely Rocky. Rocky got to say something, right?
Right? Yeah,
All right,
Rocky
Rocky got to
definitely.
fight back. Rocky got to fight back.
I ain't
Yeah.
gonna lie. If I was Rocky, I'd be quiet, man.
KYS ASAP. That's insane.
So,
That was insane.
All right, all right.
so Ak, have you
Is he
seen the full
bullying Rocky?
breakdown of the chart?
Do y'all think he's bullying Rocky? And what'd you say?
I said, have you seen the full breakdown of the charts? The funny thing when you look at the full breakdown of the charts,
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if there is some reason for this or if there's some rhyme or reason behind it, but his airplay on all of Drake's singles or whatever is a part of the Iceman album or whatever, it's all zero. The only people who have airplay is Bruno Mars. I think he's at like number 13 or something. And I think Ella Langley at number 9.
Yes.
Drake has absolutely zero on everything else.
Yes. So the
What
way
is the coincidences of that happening?
well,
And
It's the
why?
label.
it's not much of a coincidence. So the way how airplay is the most bullshit thing that they added. It's kind of crazy that they're not counting YouTube for actual sales, but then they'll count airplay for radio single positioning on Billboard.
Exactly.
Let me tell you how this works. So basically, they're saying that if your song gets exposed to an audience, right? So if you see airplay 6.3, that means 6.3 million people have been exposed to your song. That means it could be just played on a station that has access to that amount of people. The reason why Drake has zero is that he doesn't service the records. So to get on those records, this is why you see radio records still matter for number ones. You have to service them. So what's going to happen is that Drake drops his record. The record label didn't service it to radio, right? Drake didn't service it to radio. He probably doesn't even know how. And a couple radio DJs are going to probably be like, yo, I got that new Drake, but it's not in rotation. You're not hearing it every hour on the hour to add up that audience. So what's going to happen is you're going to see all those songs that he's charting with are going to have 0.01, which means probably less than 100,000 or 100,000 exposed listens. And at that point, it goes off strictly streams and sales. And I wouldn't be alarmed just because it's his first week. Let's say week 4. We could see if the label is not touching the record in terms of servicing it. If we don't see around about a average radio, because radio is literally something, it's like a checkbox. They're going to play Drake. You have to service it to them though. And that's a whole thing that kind of goes into a little bit of payola, but you got to service it to them. So during the 3rd or 4th week, if that's at 0, that means Republic is basically giving up on Drake. And when I mean giving up, obviously not giving up like they want him to leave, but they're like, we're not
spending no money.
Yeah, we're not touching this with a 10-feet pole. But I suppose by next week, actually, I was told today that they're already servicing the West Coast Sound and Joint for the radio and Janice, and they're starting to service Janice. The service date is today. Why? Because Janice is expected to go number 1. So they're doing service to radio stations today for the Janice record and for the other record. Let me see if I could look at
Can you explain servicing? Because some people, I don't think people understand what that means.
Yes. So you're gonna have your record label kind of furnish multiple copies of that particular record that is being heavily promoted to usually a radio promotion team that is going to go forward and try to solicit placements of that record on radio stations. Now, a placement is not just a DJ playing it one time. It's usually trying to get that song on a music station within rotation. What is rotation? Rotation is usually kind of seen as a particular song or a particular thing get played every hour on the hour for at least 12 hours a day. So with that happening, based on how they track radio insights and how it affects music getting played at that frequency affects the audience, they come up with a audience number that they use that number to factor into this calculation, which is a 3-fold calculation to make the Billboard Hot 100 charts. Keep in mind, it's only for the Billboard Hot 100. The 200 charts, which is called, it's not a Hot 200, it's called the Top 200. It's an album charts. Radio doesn't matter for that. So radio only matters for number ones. So here's the thing. Drake, even though radio, quote unquote, loves Drake because it's Drake, his label doesn't necessarily, for example, let's go back to the songs that he dropped previously. Nokia did get service to radio later on, but the majority of songs that he dropped impromptu without the label's knowledge And also with no necessary plan, they're not like, oh, we should probably invest in trying to get this like seated or place that radio because it's gonna be part of this album budget. Drake didn't tell them anything. Drake just released a bunch of random songs, and they're like, all right, we'll just watch it work. Obviously, some places are gonna adopt it, but the label wasn't doing what they would normally do if there's a plan. This time around, there's an album. They're gonna have to work these records. You know what I mean? Or else this is gonna be another part of the lawsuit. Hey, with me filing legal action, they stopped working my projects. They stopped doing what they would normally do, which means I should have been out of the deal already. Because once you stop doing your duties as a record label, you can't technically hold someone against their will if they're not breaching contractually, especially if they deliver it. So the radio ratings or the radio seeding or placements are going to help songs stay on the charts, right? Like if you look at Not Like Us first week, I think it probably was either no radio or very low. Subsequent weeks, you probably see it much higher because radio stations start playing it and Interscope serviced the record.
Iceman.
Yo, Ak, what's up? I just had a question. It's kind of not it's not irrelevant from what you were just talking about, but basically we just seen obviously the boy dropped 3 albums. In total, he dropped like 8 albums in the past like 8 projects, I would say, not solo albums, but 8 projects in the past like 5 to 6 years. So my question to you would be, I mean, we just seen him in an ad with Kevin Durant, he still has the acting skills. My question would be like, how much more music do we get from him if you had to predict, like how many more solo albums? I mean, he does talk about aging and he is 40 years old. So if you had to predict, I mean, what would that number be like for solo albums?
Here's the thing, and I've always thought that we get the best Drake after he's been in turmoil or when his back is against the wall. And I think one of the reasons we got this, phenomenal album is because, a lot of people were saying, "Oh, it's finally over," right? And he had to literally dig a little bit deeper than normal, pause, and prove them wrong. But in terms of like how many albums he's gonna drop remaining, I don't think you have the time and the luxury to chill when you're now fighting the machine. Because here's the thing, the only leverage you have is that you're a viable artist that could command a crowd. That you could command that if you drop an album, you could get 500,000 people going towards, doing whatever to buy your record. And keeping that leverage is continuing to drop, right? Not necessarily retiring and they're like, oh, okay, he's just a legacy act at this point, or he's just a album artist, or catalog artist at this point. So I do think that he has to continue to be active a bit. And if you're worried about age or attrition, shit, not to do the LeBron thing to him, I still think he got a lot more gas in the tank. Pause.
In my verse, you can speak whack.
Yo, what's up, Big Ack? I just wanted to know, this album, it seems like Drake is still sending a lot of subtle threats. Are we getting around too, or is he just talking? Because like on Make Them Remember, I think he talks about like knowing dates, names, and faces and all that. Like, are people gonna respond? Are we getting another battle?
Repeat the last part. He said on what he
Are we
said.
Are we getting another battle? Because he's still he's sending threats like he's got the red button still to me.
Wait. On what you said he was talking about names and what?
He said he has like a list of names and faces, and I think it was on Make Him Remember. And also he talks about how he still has secrets. Is he gonna take them to his grave? He hasn't decided yet. Like, he definitely still talking like he got something up the sleeve in case people want to spin back.
I mean, he definitely got some stuff. From what I've heard, not from him, but I've heard there is. But I'm pretty sure both sides kind of have maybe some things that they haven't revealed. I don't think we know the full story yet. I'm still getting clued in with little pieces of that battle and how things that was perceived this way publicly, this was going on really behind the scenes, and the intricacies and the depth. Like, these guys really went far. So I'm pretty sure some of that stuff is on the table. But in terms of round two, in my personal opinion, I don't think Drake is ducking nothing. Okay? He's not. This ain't a limbo. He ain't ducking nothing. However, I think he has learned that you can't toss your op and alley oop of relevancy, right? And I think not necessarily that he's taken from Jay-Z, but I think the Jay-Z approach of, oh yeah, we could still be going at it, but I'm not gonna like serve your moment up on a platter that you could fucking try to get a slam dunk and then go perform my diss song for the next 2 years again. It's not happening. But am I gonna like act like you don't exist or not still like send a couple Scud missiles at your cranium? Of course I'm gonna do that. And yeah, I don't think round two is y'all remember my tweets like, yo, it's been 16 days since that's over. Like, he's not he's I think he's much more aware to not platform his ops because platforming them in a way that all his haters could form like Voltron isn't good, right? Like, think about it. Kendrick's numbers, whether you guys want to admit it or not, is just not the same in the battle as opposed to the battle. Why is it not the same? Because there was a lot of people that just hated Drake. Like, he got not only his followers and fans supported him, everybody that hated Drake supported him. It's one of those. You ever see like when Mano's beefing with me? Mano's beefing with me.
Yeah.
He says something bad about me, 3,000 comments. He has 40,000 likes. He posts something positive about himself or like, yo, I got this new podcast. Literally 400 likes. You know why? Because the people that don't like me jump on with you, and it kind of creates a platform for just hate for me more than a support for you. So I think Drake at this point is like, I'm not gonna put this guy back in a position where he gets to galvanize all the people who are detractors, niggas who I beat before in the past, niggas who I clowned. Like, no, I'm still gonna pop my shit, but this very formal like my turn, your turn, that's over.
Should we like believe like I seen Flacco like post that like Kendrick is destroying equipment when he saw that Future was on the
Yeah,
album? Like should we pay attention to any of these people like hit a J3 tweeting stuff, or is it all gonna basically be bullshit for the next few weeks?
I wouldn't put too much stock in it. What I would put stock into is that, let me just say this. I think Kendrick is a very cerebral and smart guy, and you'd be an idiot to come out of that entire battle and not, even whether you like him or not, have that opinion. So to think that he's just fucking losing it like that, no, we make jokes, but no. If anything, I think he's plotting his next move, and I think he's trying to counterpunch Drake, and I think Drake as well has to be plotting like, okay, what if this fuck nigga tries to jump out on my release? What will we do? So they're still playing chess. They're still playing chess. They're just not like, playing it in the park, the local park where everybody's watching. But trust and believe, I definitely believe that whatever Kendrick is doing next is going to be influenced, maybe not by everything by Drake, but the timing, subject matter, how he kind of positions it. And, I think he's also going to think, all right, I'm going to feel some of the stuff that Drake has put forward. Like, yo, all right, cool. I'm going to do it in my own way, but I'm going to do it and make you look ridiculous again. And it's gonna be it's like a Cold War at this point, right?
But for me, it's like, all right, Kendrick, you talk all this, black this, and we be against the system. Why don't you see what he's doing and understand like this is bigger than both of y'all? Like,
It's
I don't
hate.
get that part.
Well, at this point, like, when you hate somebody, you hate somebody, and I do think that at first he hated what he probably thought Drake represented. One of those little woke ass like statements. Oh, I just hate what you represent. You're not good for the culture. I think he was kind of on that type of wave. I think he hates Drake personally now, and I think Drake hates him personally. So right now it is personal, and
for sure.
So once it's gotten to it being personal, fuck what you're doing, right? Like at this point, if they could eliminate each other, obviously not with violence, but if they could eliminate each other from doing music and be like, all right, I just ended your career, you can't ever rap again, they wouldn't think about it like, oh, nah, the game needs a Drake. I don't believe that for one bit for Kendrick. I think Kendrick would love for Drake to be out of here, actually. And I think that Drake would be like, yo, get this fucking leprechaun out of here, too. So it's personal. I don't think it's going to get better.
Hey, one thing, you notice, I was watching Joe Budden, and I've been seeing a few people, right? You notice everybody that was talking about the lawsuit, now they like, hey, Drake got that lawsuit, so now he can make power plays. So now they ain't against the lawsuit anymore. They were doing the lawsuit. So
Yeah,
they like the lawsuit and allowing him to do power plays.
yeah. I've watched some of these talking points. They've kind of floundered since the album dropped, right? So, you know, one of the main talking points was, yo, don't tell me he's dissing again and he filed a lawsuit. Bro, we know what happens when people diss you. You file a lawsuit. They were trying to drum that up. That didn't work. Now they're trying to jump ahead of what seemingly, might be happening. And by saying, oh shit, damn. Oh, he got the lawsuit as leverage. Like they're almost kind of playing into this idea that there's bees on the table and actually, in a backhanded way, trying to give him credit, but still saying, all right, but like, yeah, I'll give him some credit if he gets it all, if he gets a B, but he's still like a snitch, right? They don't want to
He
give
is a
full
snitch,
credit.
Act, but I gotta give credit, man. That little birdie song fire, man.
The whole album's fire. Like I'm gonna be honest with you. Like you see, y'all Meek fans got to inspire Meek to make music like that again. We inspired Drake to make that shit. We talk, yo,
Act, the only real good
OVO
song
fans went so crazy that Drake had to turn up. Like he had to show up for his audience. And he did. I will say, that one line, it's like a frightening line. He says, yo, I looked in the mirror and for a second I see Meek Mill. Like I was like, I couldn't tell if it was a diss or not.
Hey, he should have had Meek on that song.
No, it wasn't a
That
diss
song right
Act.
there.
Nah.
He's showing respect to the GOAT, nigga.
Yeah, he should have put Meek on that song. He mentioned his. He should have put him on
Yo,
the
what
song.
song was that? He said he says I looked in the mirror. He said,
Like, saw Meek's face in a reflection. It flashed in the mirror for a quick second.
he says saw Meek face in the saw.
I
Oh no,
wonder how
man.
Meek feels about him saying that.
I know. I do wonder. You know why? Because it's like, well, this is how I took that line, right? Let me see if I think he took that line like, is Drake kind of saying that, oh, he's further like trying to stamp this idea of, oh, he beat me, and oh, I looked in the mirror and I saw a loser, because that's a little disrespectful, or he's like, oh, I see how Meek might have felt when the whole world is kicking his back in, right?
Yeah.
I'm not too sure. I'm not too sure.
Yeah, I took it as disrespectful at first, and I realized maybe he's just saying like, damn, I get how Meek felt now, and that wasn't right. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that shit felt like self-reflection more than anything.
Chat, what's the name of the song? Oh, they said that's a leak. Oh, that was a leak.
Yeah, I think that was
Oh, it's
after
a
the
leak.
release.
All right. Yeah.
Oh, that was fake.
Well, I mean, people think they're real songs, but like it didn't make the cut. Didn't make the cut. It didn't make the cut. I mean, listen, could we be honest? This is the second time, right? This is the second time that Drake has supposedly, in the eyes of many, came out on the other side of a battle, and people are like, oh man, this kind of messed up. Like it messed up your face card, it messed up your reputation. And successfully, 2 out of 2, he came back. Right? It's not like, you all know that collectively, us as like Drake fans, we're kind of like, yo, I hope he does it. Because if he had came out with the most washed shit, we're like, yo, all right, we could kind of, like, he's been so great. We could bullshit it that he gets another chance to like redo. If you get one more album, all right, just drop before the end of the year, right? Like, we're good. Like, all right, take these 3, throw them there, and drop a proper one before the end of the year, and we could be like, woo. But 2 of 2, Scorpion right after that junk. And right after this, we get Iceman, Habiti, and also we get Maid of Honor. Thank God I support the GOAT.
Hey, Ali, you want to speak?
Yes. Hey, speaking on the Kendrick beef, I wanted to ask, do you think that they will ever be cool? And also, why do you think he forgave Future over anyone else?
That's such a puzzling question. The second one, I'll answer it first. I don't know why he forgave Future. I would, if I had to guess, I would have to say Drake kind of always positioned his issue with Future as something that he took blame for. I hate to compare it to this, but like it's like shit. I've been in a relationship where so I fucking cheated, so she she broke something in the crib, and like obviously you shouldn't trust no one who does some shit like that. But then you think about what you did. I feel like whatever their thing is, Drake sees some fault in him. He sees like, you know what, I fucked up too, so that's why you forgive. So he's like, you know what, yeah, homie did do that, but like honestly, like I did fuck up too, and you know maybe if I didn't do that, he wouldn't have done that, right? And he was even expressing trouble navigating through that, like man, like this should make me sick to my stomach. And none of it was like, yo, bro, I've done so much for you. Even though he did kind of allude to that one of the songs, like, you know, I put your first number one in your hand. But it was never like, oh, bro, how come you're doing this to me and I never did nothing to you? He felt like he was taking blame a little bit. Okay, so that's the second question I'm answering. The first question that you did ask, which was about the Kendrick thing, would they ever be cool? I would never say never when it comes to anyone else. I would never be cool with Kendrick if I was Drake. Obviously, I'm not Drake, and Kendrick didn't say those things about me. You know, me saying that is not acknowledging how long life is, and that I don't see in the immediate future it ever being cool. Do I think if these guys are both 55 years old, they're going to still have that hatred for each other? I don't think so. I think when this is a very distant memory, this is 10, 15 years behind us, and if they're still both relevant and they're still both getting accolades in this culture, they're going to realize that they shared a time and space in the same vicinity, and whether it was war at times or whatever, it is going to mean something when they're both 60. And I don't think they're going to be like, oh, I'm going to hit you with my cane. I think it's just going to be, yo, listen, man, hey, fuck it. So if you ask me, it wouldn't be for like 10 to 15 years. If it was anytime sooner, I'd be motherfucking shocked. But
He's only 50 day when Irv died.
Yeah, what about with Pusha? I know that's an older one, but
this is gonna sound crazier. I think he hates Pusha more than he hates Kendrick.
Definitely.
Really?
Yeah.
Definitely. Definitely.
Yeah, that nigga exposed his fucking his son. That nigga said Adonis is your son. That nigga exposed it before his
I
race.
feel like I would have
Kendrick
people
seemed
beat
like
for
more of
both
a
of them.
puppet. Kendrick was a puppet while, you know, Pusha really did some snaky stuff to get some information about his kid, bro. Like, come on,
The
bro.
thing that makes Drake upset currently with Kendrick is that it's not even a ballad, bro. It's just like, yo, bro, you fucking lied and said I was a pedophile. And that type of stuff, you don't even put those allegations on people you don't like. So you saying that, like, that has me outraged and shit. However that would go would go. But it's not like, bro, he didn't hate the guy like right before. He was competitive with the guy. Pusha, I think he hates that nigga guts.
Nah, for real.
Bruh, but if you call somebody a pedophile, that's definitely on the same level
That's what I'm
as
saying. I'm
exposing
like
the
a
I
kid.
kid.
agree.
Like I'm not forgiving either of them niggas, especially the pedo nigga, the
Yeah.
PDF nigga. I'm definitely not forgiving him because Pusha didn't expose my kid on the Super Bowl stage.
But he kind of
I agree.
exposed his real life family, though.
I agree. And hold
but
on.
Right, to an extent, because we already knew that he was going through paternity tests about the situation. So when I compare the two, I would listen. If you told the world about my kid, as long as you ain't say nothing disrespectful about my kid, I'm cool with it. Me being a parent, but you call me a pedophile, a snitch, or anything like that, shit is weird. Like as men, like as men. Come
Let
on
me
now.
also try to explain it. So he didn't really have that relationship with Pusha T, but Pusha T was like, you see, Kendrick is just like literally a stranger. Like Kendrick is like, he's not like tied in. Like there's real no like, oh, like, cause that Big 3 shit was always fake. Like Kendrick is just like a random. You get what I'm saying? And what I'm saying is that you'll get less mad at the random than you would get at, yo, I feel like I've helped good music. I'm working with Ye, which is inadvertently helping even you, even though I don't fuck with you. And bro, based on all those type of connects, that's why you lashed out so crazy at Ye. It was like, yo, it's not like y'all just some random dudes that I was getting into it with. I was actually rocking with this good music shit with y'all, helping out. Like, yo, I just came from over by y'all putting pen to the page. that's gonna hurt or not hurt, but you're gonna care a little bit more. Like like of course you don't rock with Kendrick, but it's like, yo, Kendrick's some random, like in his mind. Like it's not like him and like, yeah, he brought him on tour, but I can't point to a time that they were ever locked in or even had a mutual that they were really locked in with. And don't say J. Cole, because that wasn't it. So I can't see him having that expectation of Kendrick. Like both of them crossed the line, but I think it's the equivalent to some random bum like calling you a PDF. And yes, you still don't fuck with that guy. You're like, nigga, fuck you. But you're not going to be like, yo, I'm going to hold this hatred for life as opposed to Pusha T. I feel like there's a lot more things there that, you know, even to the fact that he said, yo, I stopped from putting out my second diss track because I felt I was going too far. You know?
Yo, Ak, let me ask you this. So when it comes to Pusha though, because he's under Rock Nation now, and the lines have kind of been drawn, and you heard that on the album, like the lines are drawn. So Kendrick's with that Rock Nation, who's under Pusha, TDE, all that type of shit, who he's dissing. So it's kind of like you get that same kind of smoke if you're Kendrick on top of the PDF shit. You know what I'm saying? So it's like on top of like, it's like you keep adding on because we know the Pusha shit really stemmed from Baby and Wayne back in the day. So it's like accumulating beef. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, and I don't want to see, like, I completely get what you guys are saying. I also don't think there's a reason. I don't think he sees any benefit, or will there be any benefit for him to ever squash it with Pusha. I think because of the position that him and Drake and Kendrick hold in this culture, it's going to be impossible for them to live an entire lifetime without still, even at 55, hey, you're both getting celebrated here, or this, that, and third, and them somewhere being around each other, or, you know, still having to keep up that battle or that beef mentality. And, you know, if we've departed from this for many years or maybe a decade, and Drake's career has pretty much been on change and he gets his B, he'll probably never fuck with the dude as much, but like I could see him getting past it, even on some shit like, all right, you know what, I did say you were beating the shit out of your wife. You said some shit like, clearly like both of those things were. I could see it. I could see it. Like I'm talking about like before these guys die. I'm not, so don't make it seem like I think they could be piecing up tomorrow. I'm seeing like, yo, they're both old. They're out the game. You know, like 60s, 70s, right? I don't know if people thought about that with Nas and Jay at some point. Nas and Jay pieced it up like late 40s, right? Late 40s, they pieced it up.
Right.
I'm just saying,
Hey,
give
yo,
it
hey,
25
Nas and
years.
Jay though.
Wait. Before y'all keep going, let Act finish.
hey,
And I want to say, can y'all make sure that the people are done with asking Act questions before y'all send them down also?
Yeah, because I gotta go.
Hello?
I was messed
Yeah,
Can you
up,
hear me,
bro.
Act?
Yeah, all
hey,
I'm saying
let me
is,
say something for that too.
Go ahead.
It's only supposed to be 3 people up time. So if you got powers, let people up. Don't let a lot of people up when there's more than 3 people up.
Yeah,
Um,
we pretty much watching who come up. So